I'm doing my presentation on sport education. Starting off with sport education, I chose sport education because it stuck out to me more. It's something that I kind of been interacting with and been dealing with since I was young because it deals with sports and seasons, and I've been playing sports since I was a little kid. It also has to do with a lot of things that you need in real life and connecting to real life situations, which I can testify to as the oldest and as someone that had to kind of be on my own, but not wasn't on my own growing up in Memphis. I'm gonna start off with the inventor. The inventor was Daryl Siding-Top. I've been trying to correct it for so long, but still couldn't get it. And he was a professor in Ohio State. He is an author of numerous books that has to do with the Complete Guide to Sport Education, Introduction to Physical Education, Fitness and Sport, Elementary Physical Education. A lot of things I noticed about him was about interacting with making the children have fun in physical education. It was about learning how to educate them while still giving them reasons to have fun, which is something that we all want to do when we go to PE. Something I wanted to do when I went to PE. Something that the kids want to do now at the elementary I work at and the high school I coach at. When they go to PE, they want to have fun. And you have to interact with what they're good at and what they're not good at to make sure in class so they can learn something while they're having fun. You got to meet them where their needs need to be met at. A lot of them, as I know from my community, you know what I'm saying, didn't go to school past high school. So some of the education things we're doing, we have to educate them so they could go home and help the others out in their self. So even if they don't want to go to college or to the military, they learning stuff that we learned in college or at a higher level that they could take with for the rest of their life. The historical overview of sport education, it was developed in the 1980s. Sport education model is a curriculum and instruction model designed to provide students with authentic experiences that are through and enjoyable, like I just mentioned, to contribute to the desire to become and play physically active throughout their lives. So, like I said, they just said it in a more book-written way, but for others that was to watch as for you, the professor, we just got to make sure the children are able to still have fun and understand what they're doing. And they have long-term goals. And most of it is long-term goals because sport education is in a season. And you can't do sport education in 2-3 days. You got to do it within months because it's a process. It's so many jobs in sport education. You got to have the players, you got to have the captains, you got to have the referees, the clock people, you got to have referees. It's all things that you need in sports education, which I would relate to basketball. So with sport education, with basketball, you got to have a team. Then you got to have a captain and a co-captain because if we let the team pick a captain, they going to pick the most popular person. They're not going to pick the dedicated person. But me using my inclusion teaching style, I would pick the most dedicated person as the co-captain. So something that the captain won't realize, the co-captain will step in and show them the more realistic thing to helping the team out or to making sure the team achieve and do things to better themselves. Then we have to think about other things within the process of sport education as the team. We have to have practice, which is one of my teaching styles. I believe in practice. Sport education requires practice to learn your team, the plays, yourself. There's plenty of things in practice that you need to elevate. And along with practice is repetition. A lot of things we do is muscle memory. And the more you do it, the easier it will become. Me as a pro basketball player that played overseas, I knew like I had to stay in the gym and do certain things. Then when it came to coaching, I knew I had to keep saying it over and over for them to kind of understand that it was important or crucial. Then the next teaching style that I have to choose will probably be reciprocal. Some students and players understand better when it's coming from their peers. I have to record this, Mr. Bronson, because my screen is cracked. I hope you understand.